Honestly, a lot of people think that you have to talk to God in like a, oh God, and I thank you. A lot of people think you got to talk to God like that when really, bro, it's just a conversation like, God, man, I'm just a little upset, bro. One of the biggest things that God wants from us is relationship, man. Relationship. And a lot of people really don't understand that. Like, a lot of people just think I just need to go to church. I just need to just read my Bible every now and then. Like, people don't understand that God really wants relationship with us. He wants to have a connection between us. A lot of people don't know how to even have that relationship with God to be able to speak to him. A lot of people don't even believe you can speak to God, and that shows the relationship right there. So I want you to know that God desires us to have a relationship with him, because honestly, before the fall of man, before Adam fell, we had a relationship with God. We had a connection with God, right? It says in the Bible that Adam walked with him, right? Adam walked when he talked with him. He had a relationship with the Father. And so when Adam fell, Adam destroyed or broke that relationship with God. And so now we had to start all the way over again, right? It's just like in a relationship with your partner, right? Let's say you and your partner, y'all doing good, y'all walking together, y'all talking together, and then you just do something that breaks the trust, right? So now everything that you built in that relationship has to kind of start from scratch, right? Because now you have to get that trust back. You have to get that connection back. And that's the same thing with God, right? When Adam fell, we had to get this connection back. And so with getting this connection back, God sent his son Jesus, right, to die for the sins of Adam and everybody else, so that we can have that connection, right? And what does that even show? That God wants a connection with us so bad. I'm sorry, y'all, this sun is all in my face. But God wants a connection with us so bad that he's willing to put his son on the line for us, right? He wants a connection with us so bad that he's willing to put his son on the line just so that we can be one with him. And I encourage you to really take this opportunity to really understand the Father, to really get to know God, right? Because he did not just allow his son to die just for you to not have a connection with him. He's giving you an opportunity to be one with him again, right? Well, how do we get a connection with him? The biggest thing that I've learned with getting a connection with God is you have to figure out who God is in your life, right? So the best way to put it is, for me, I never had a father, right? I never had a father in my life, and I never had a father to guide me in life. And so when I turned to God, I recognize him as Father. He is my Father. He is my protector. He's my provider, right? And so off of that alone, I built relationship, knowing the fact that he is my Father. He is my everlasting Father. He's the Father that will never leave me. He's the Father that will never forsake me. It doesn't matter what I do. He will never leave me. And so off of that alone, I just built relationship. It started to grow. I started getting in my word more. And you have to ask God to give you a desire. You have to ask God for that desire. God, give me a desire to want you. You have to want God. You can't just read that word and, I'm just gonna read for about a little 5 minutes, thank God and stuff. No, you gotta want it. You gotta want it. And that's the biggest thing I tell people when they want a relationship with Christ. You have to want it, right? You have to put effort in. You got to put time in. You got to put reps in. You got to put reps in, because this is a relationship. It's still a relationship. Just like if you was in a relationship with somebody else, this is still a relationship. And so you have to put time in. You have to get to know him. You have to get to know his character. You have to get to know the way he acts, the way he talks, the way he walks. You have to get to know God. And so I would say the biggest way to really get to know God is through his word. Honestly, that's what it takes to build a relationship with God. You have to want it. You have to put effort in, right? You have to pray. You have to trust him. right? You're going to build a relationship with Christ if you trust him. But it does take time, right? And I don't want you to think that you have to rush this relationship with him, right? But the best part about trusting God, the best part of this relationship with God is being able to trust him with your life. Who do you know on this earth that you can trust with your life? You can trust with your finances. You can trust with your children. You can trust with everything. He has it. He can't fail you. God can't fail you, right? So I encourage you today to really urgently gain that relationship with Christ, because if you gain that relationship with him, your life will change, right? Your life will change. All that hurt that you've been feeling, all that abandonment, everything, it will go, because he takes your burdens, right? And he give you his yoke, which is easy, right? He trades his beauty for your ashes. He wants he wants all the pain that you dealt with, and he wants you to give it to him. And instead, he's going to give you peace. He's going to give you love. He's going to give you joy. But it takes relationship. I'm just saying. It takes relationship. You have to have a relationship with him in order to do that. But going back to my point, you have to want it. You have to want God. You have to seek him. So I want to encourage you today to really get in your word, to really get in that secret place, to really go somewhere and dwell in his presence. Just start praying. God, I thank you for today. God, I thank you for waking me up this morning. And honestly, a lot of people think that you have to talk to God in like oh God, and I thank you. Like a lot of people think you got to talk to God like that, when really, bro, it's just a conversation. Like, God, man, I'm just a little upset, bro. I'm a little upset that you ain't allowed that to happen, man. Like God, he understands us. Jesus understands us. Why? Because he was also in human form. He was also in human form. So he understands the things that you think about. He understands the things that you feel. And he wants you to talk to him. He wants you to talk to him. You want a therapist? Go to Jesus. He wants you to talk to him, vent to him. And I promise you, your relationship will grow. But you have to want it. The same way you have to want a relationship with somebody else, you have to want it with him. You have to want the relationship. And so today, I encourage you to want that relationship with Christ. I encourage you today to gain a relationship with the Father, because that will change your life. That will change your life. If you're dealing with money problems, go to him. If you're dealing with homosexuality, go to him. If you're dealing with fornication, lust, sexual immorality, go to him. If you're dealing with stability, go to him. He has the answers. All he's saying is just get a relationship with me. That's all. So I encourage y'all today to gain this relationship with Christ. Because like I say over and over, it will change your life. And so I thank y'all for watching this video, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.